We have Jonna over here, but you started posting actual content in April with us. You made just shy of how much in commission in the month of April?
It's almost to $12,000. And I was hospitalized. I couldn't walk without the help of a walker or a wheelchair. I truly want to help people.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Abundance Media Network. I'm Mario.
And I'm Anna.
And we are top 1% creator coaches. We're also the co-founders of Abundance. It is basically a playground where creators get to learn how to go viral, and they have a lot of fun in the process. So today we are here with an incredibly special guest, you guys. This one's going to be a really wild one. We have Jonna over here, who joined in February, and you started posting actual, we're going to go through everything,
Okay.
but you started posting actual content in April with us. And last month,
Well, abundance material.
abundance material content.
I was posting a lot.
You were posting content,
Yes.
but you went abundance material content
Yes.
in April.
Yes.
And so you made just shy of how much in commission in the month of April?
In the month of April, I have generated 55,000, a little over 55,000 in GMV. So today I checked as I was journaling, and it's almost to $12,000.
So $12,000 commission for this month.
Yes,
That was in May.
as of today,
In May.
in May.
In April.
It's so total from April 8th to current.
Just April.
Oh, I'm sorry. April, I was shy of making incubator by 500. So it was like 9,500.
So you did $9,500 in April.
Yes.
And now this month, we're about to close May. We're not even finished with the month yet.
Yes.
And what are you at right now?
I am at 11,000, almost at 12,000.
Jonna!
My goal, when I wrote down, because this is what Anna and Mario teach, to journal. This is actually my second journal with Abundance.
I love it.
Actually, to be clear, I think this is my third, because I have another one that was just a bunch of notes. And so this, and after I finish, then I go through and I highlight everything that stood out. But so now I can't find it, but I wrote May 5th, 2026, and I wrote my goals. Haven't quite, with the amount, but the GMV, I'm very close. So then I have a 60-day, because that's what you guys teach in the roadmap. And that's what I tell people.
Right.
Go back to the roadmap. Have you done the 60,
The 60 days
day?
sprint.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That
But
is
if you
beautiful.
don't mind, before we start, I have a very special gift for you both. Okay? So it's very important and it's very special, and you'll understand why. So here you go.
Guys, this is our first time meeting Jonna in person. This is so sweet.
It's very, very well thought out, and I think it will mean a lot, and you'll understand. Go
Oh my
ahead.
gosh, I can't believe this.
I've never opened the gift.
This is happening on the podcast.
Yes.
This is so meaningful.
Thank you.
So this is, you guys are very much into journaling, but you are into long form journaling. This is short form. This is the Midori. There is a 5-year and 10-year. I chose to get you the 5-year, and you guys can use it for whatever you want. But my suggestion and hope is that this is only for your business, and you document every single day in short form. Literally, it's no more than 5 sentences.
Yeah.
And this establishes trends, patterns, and you can go back. You can mark it with a tab. You can say, so-and-so achieved this. We grossed this much. We helped this many people today. This establishes trends and patterns.
Wow.
Unlike the long form, which is a lot more personal, but
Yeah.
this is for your business.
Wow.
My recommendation. You guys can do whatever you want, but
Oh, I am all in on doing
What?
this.
and it really does. It's proven that it establishes patterns that you can go back and look through your personal note taking of what has taken place in your business.
I am amazed.
This is so cool.
How did you even think of this?
Yeah, what? And what is it called?
The Midori.
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 It's Japanese. Yeah.
Jonna, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You guys are you guys are helping thousands and thousands of people, and this is just the beginning. And I am so grateful to be a part of it.
This is so meaningful.
And then there's
This is,
something
like,
else in
the
there.
best gift
There's one
because,
other
like,
thing in there.
even just like looking back at this after a month,
Right. Is
you
like,
know, because
Yes.
we talk about like experiences, but we don't have it like actually documented day by
Yes.
day.
day by
you
day.
know?
And it's just very short. Like
Mhm.
you do your own personal journal, and then my if it were me, I would do it in the evening. But you guys do whenever you want, whenever you have time. But and then the next one is just as equally important, I
I
think.
love this. Okay, you guys can already see how intentional Jonna is as a human being.
Thank you.
And it's no surprise why you're already having so much success.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
it's just, this is a reflection of the heart that you put into literally everything.
Thank you.
So
Thank you. So this is a book that changed my life outside of the Bible. I read it, Lord, I love you, but I read it like a Bible. I read it as much as I possibly can. So go ahead.
wow, you're speaking my language, guys. Power of
I've
the
actually
subconscious
been
mind.
wanting to read this book.
It's a very short read, but let me tell you, it is life changing.
Yeah.
And you guys are already on that path, but this will literally change and it will confirm everything that you've been already saying,
Yeah.
but it is powerful. And
Wow.
I read this shortly after I was sick. It was probably a perfect segue, but I read this after I was sick
Yeah.
in 2022, and I was already doing it. So I think I read this after a year of being home, being sick, and it just affirmed everything that I was already doing, but then even just helped me even more on this path of how powerful thoughts are and how we can literally shape our entire universe by the thoughts that we think. And I love, Napoleon Hill. My other favorite book is Think and Grow Rich, but this takes it to a whole nother level. It takes it to a spiritual level that Napoleon Hill, I don't even think touched. So,
Wow.
and it was written in 1963 or 8 or something like that.
Those are the best books.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are the best books. Wow.
I'm just so grateful. Like books and journals, like that is like
Yeah,
my love
actually,
language.
like, come on now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
These are probably the two most impactful gifts ever.
Truly.
Like, I know that these two are going to single-handedly change my life. Yeah, we want to
Sure.
know about you, and I want everyone watching to know about you because, like, obviously you have been through a lot, which I know a lot of it we actually don't even know about in the fullest detail.
Yeah.
But the way that you have won and the way that you've just gone about everything has been so inspiring. So I think a lot of people are going to resonate with your journey. What does it feel like right now? Because so everyone has context. You have flown into Miami because you got invited by TikTok Shop
Yes.
to come to a health event
Yes.
with other top 1% creators.
Yes.
And 60 days ago, you were literally just starting off with content.
Yes.
So what is that feeling like right now?
There's a lot of emotions that I've gone through this week because my youngest graduated out of 6. I'm a stepmom of 3 and mom of 3, bio mom of 3. And there's something that happens in a mother when your last graduates, even though they're still around, but there's something really phenomenal that happens to you. And so this week has been very wonderful and so full of emotions. So to answer your question, as far as the coming to this place in Miami, being invited, I have to tell you, it was far more important for me to come to meet you guys. And also, shout out Catacor. It was very, very important. I really appreciate that TikTok invited me. I say this with all the humility in my heart. It's the least of my goals. And I'm incredibly grateful. But my goals, if I can say this boldly with humility, far exceed an invite. And I want to change lives. So yes, I'm grateful that I'm going to attend this because I'm going to meet people face to face. but I'm also I have made a decision to be very particular of who I connect myself with as a brand, because I want them to be very intentional, not just with how they handle their affiliates,
Mm-hmm.
but with their name, their company, their supplement. How, like, how, what does that supplement do to change people's lives?
Yeah.
And not only that, and I know you guys align with that too, because you're very particular who you connect yourself with. That is exactly my intention. So although I'm very grateful, I was even talking to Jess over here. We've got a guest over here, but
Shout out
yeah.
Jessica.
But I'm very intentional about who I connect myself, and because I want people I truly want to help people. And so in order for people to know that I want to help them, they need to trust me. And I
Mhm.
only want to connect with brands that truly want to change people's life, not just make a buck.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
and we're very aligned.
you
Mhm.
are, and that's why it's very meaningful. So, but I am grateful if I can explain it like this. And I think I've shared this with you guys, that I've been telling my husband for about a year and a half. I'll hold his hands and I'll say, honey, when you come into money, there's higher responsibility, and people can lose it just as quick as they make it. And it's all about energy. And so when I would hold his hands and I'd say, listen, and this was before I even was doing TikTok Shop. And I would say, listen, money is coming and it's going to come fast. And there is going to be so much of it that it will be overwhelming if you and I are not prepared for this mentally. I would tell him, I don't know how. I don't know how it's going to come, but I know it's going to come, and it's going to come through me. And we need to be prepared for it spiritually, physically, mentally. We need to be able, because it's energy. And people, God bless my father. And that's part of the story, is that I wasn't doing what you guys were recommending because there was patterns that I was going through. We learn these patterns as children, and God bless our parents, they do the best, right? But I always thought there was another better way. And that's our brains protecting us
Right.
and saying that don't go that way. There's a better way, because somehow, from whatever we have gone through and experienced, our brains they really truly, from a fight or flight, our brains want to protect us from that.
Mhm.
But it really is, either you are sabotaging yourself or you are embracing it and you are fully prepared for it, and then you can handle it. So I've been telling him for a year and a half, it's going to come fast, and there's going to be such a significant amount of it. We need to be prepared. And so this is even more of a testimony to my husband, we've just been through so much. So in 2022, I got very, very sick, and I was hospitalized. I was in a wheelchair. We had no idea what was going on with me. And I couldn't walk without the help of a walker or a wheelchair. And this was April 6th of 2022. I will
Wow.
never forget that date.
Wow.
And the following Saturday is when I started having these non-epileptic seizures. And we would hop to hospital, to ER, and no one had answers. And it was at the height of people really getting sick from having, been sick from the COVID. And doctors had no idea how to handle it. So my sister flew in to take care of me and help. And then I started having seizures so bad that my heart rate was so high, I was going to have a stroke if I did not get the help of an EMT. So they finally called 911 because the other hospitals could not help me. They would just send me home. So EMTs come, they take me to Dallas, UT Southwestern. And I was there for a couple weeks. And they did all kinds of testing. Everything was just elevated just enough for them, in my spinal tap fluid, and everything else was just elevated just enough to go, okay, we don't know. We're going to give you a broad term of encephalopathy. From there, they sent me to a in-home physical therapy place. I was there for 4 days, and it was an outstanding physical therapy location in Dallas. However, it was just so depressing because there was older people there that were just, it was just so sad, and you could hear through the walls. And for my mental state at that point already, I knew I had to go home and risk not having the help. But I was directed to a neuro physical therapist, and did intense 3 to 4 times a week for 3 months, 30 minutes away. So all of this, we had lost time at work. My husband had to take off work, months and months of lost time at work. And then I slowly began to recover, but it was crazy. 2023 comes around, and between the two of us, we had 5 surgeries. I'm going to try really hard not to cry. It was as if we were declining and breaking under the pressure, under the financial loss, under, I think, a total of like 11 months of lost work between 2 years, between us both. I had to take care of him. I'm trying to heal. And all of a sudden he's having surgeries. I'm all of a sudden a caretaker when I needed to really, truly heal, and I couldn't. And, I'm in a wheelchair, a walker. I'm trying to do all this. But I will tell you, before I ever read this book, that I brought it with me, I would say, I am whole. I am healthy. I'm healed. I can walk. I can run. I can jump. I can jump high. I can run fast. I can dance. I can skip. I can hop. I would say this mantra all day, hundreds of times a day. And not walking again and not getting well was never an option for me. It wasn't even like a thought. It wasn't even a thought. I knew I was going to get well. I just didn't know how. Just like making money on TikTok Shop, I had no idea that this would happen. But I knew that I would be whole and healthy. And I would pray. And I with God, with sheer grit and determination, and speaking those words out into the ether, because we speak those words and they never die. I don't know if you're aware, you probably are, because you guys are very in tune to this. But when you speak words out into the ether, it is a ripple effect. It goes out there. It's energy. It goes out into the world. And those words, because they're energy does not die. It goes out into the ether, and it never stops. It goes on forever. And even Proverbs 18:21 says, death and life lie in the power of the tongue, and those who love of it eat its fruit. Even biblical words speak of how powerful our words are, but it goes out into the world, and it could cause a tsunami across the entire world, like the butterfly effect. That's how powerful our words are. It transcends space and time. It can go through walls. Our thoughts are just as powerful as our words. I knew that because I also did read Napoleon Hill's book earlier on, before I had gotten sick. I think it was 2018 I read that book. So I just said all day. And it didn't matter. It did not matter at my lowest, at my worst point, when I'm like in tears crying, I would say, I'm whole, I'm healthy, I'm healed, I can walk, I can talk. I would have to say I can talk, because after my seizures, I would slur my words. These seizures would contort my face, my whole body. It was surreal and awful. So as time went on, I'm trying to heal, and my husband's having surgeries, and I'm all of a sudden a caretaker. And when I got home from the hospital, I need to back up. I know this is probably like a lot for people to hear.
No, this is amazing.
My son, God bless him, my oldest son, was in a relationship, a very bad one, and he was stabbed 6 times, and it pierced his heart, and he almost died. So my husband and I are going. I'm walking with a walker. We're going to the hospital, trying to find him, and then like 6 weeks later or 2 months later, then my middle son had a rare infection and ended up in the hospital for 4 days, almost sepsis. And this is the least. Then the next son, this is the least of all it. He had broken his collarbone. But if you can imagine, I'm supposed to be healing, right? And all of a sudden, I'm thrust in this caretaker mode. And for those of you who don't know, it's called compassion fatigue. And you can develop intense lack of empathy where you don't care anymore. The person can be like dying in front of you, and you're like, so? It is horrible. And I started developing this compassion fatigue. And during this time, my husband and I, our marriage began to deteriorate so badly that he moved out in 2024. Yes, 2024. I call it D-Day, August 10th, 2024. And it devastated our family. And there was no woman involved. At times I wish I could have said, I wish there was another woman, because then it would be easier to say, I'll never talk to you or see you again. It was the most devastating pain of our family, but because of the intense pressure and everything that we had gone through and losing our identities and losing who we were, and literally we didn't lose our faith in God, but we lost completely of who we were. We had no idea anymore, because all of a sudden I'm a caretaker and he's, retired Navy chief. He's lost his purpose in life. And it devastated our family. But thank God there's a happy ending. And last year, July 12th, we celebrated our renewing of house in front of almost 100 of our closest friends and family. And when it was on our anniversary of 8 years. So when I tell you that miracles can happen, they can. And this is when I joined Abundance. This is what I tell people, because sometimes people, I told you, Mario, sometimes people will want to talk to me. I'm sure they do that to Eileen and Mary and Carly. They're so inspirational, right? And I don't care who you are, your background, shape or size, ethnicity, your age, how old, how young. According to TikTok, I think you have to be 18 years or older, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you came from, that you have a gift and if you have a dream and you, like me, have this nagging feeling of TikTok that won't go away, or some kind of social media or something in you that knows that there's a better way, an easier way to make money and to change your family's life, and not only change your life, but to help others. I don't care what you've gone through. I don't care where you are in your life. You can do this. And it will take some practice if you're a beginner, but that's a perfect way of talking about segue into Abundance Academy, because I joined in February. And so if you can see, God was working on us and healing us, bringing us from total tragedy of just brokenness. And it took my husband and I being apart from each other. It took my husband being alone for him to go, what have I done? And we openly talk about this. This is not like he knows I'm going to be talking about this now. This will be our story. But it took him facing life and facing the uglies in his heart, and me thinking my marriage is completely over, then to have all of this happen. So when you ask me what it feels like to be invited to the TikTok event, yes, it's really special, Mario, but there's so much more intention that I have. It goes so much deeper, and I'm incredibly grateful for it all. But it's almost as if when I held Tom's hand and I said, it's coming, and when it comes, it's going to come quick, and it's going to come with a lot of money. It's almost like, yes, this is so surreal and it's so special, but at the same time, I've known.
Yeah.
I've known, and I think you guys feel the same way about abundance. I think I know you do, because, and only people that have had this happen to them know what I'm talking about. And for those of you watching today, if you have a dream, if you know deep in your heart that you have a dream and you have this knowing, this feeling, this nagging feeling like I had, where I call it the stupid TikTok feeling. It would not go away.
Yeah.
It would
stays there.
not go away. I even prayed, God, please, I don't want this feeling. Like, because to back up just a little bit, before I got sick, I was posting all the time. And I was posting about preparedness, okay? Weather preparedness. You think I want to talk about that now? No, it was because I was bored and we were on lockdown. And so I'm like, who am I? I don't even know who I am. I had to find myself again after having seizures, and I couldn't even take a shower without help, y'all. I couldn't drive. I could barely tend to myself. So here I am, 50 years old, losing who I am. My husband losing who he is. We had to find each other, who we were individually separate, to come together. And when it comes to that nagging feeling that won't go away, I think there's two different kinds of people. There's the steady eddies of the world, and we need the steady eddies. They are the people that go to work and they have no problem going to the 9 to 5. It does not bother them. In fact, they love it. They thrive off it. They are the people that make our economy work in a totally different way, right? Whether you are white collar, blue collar, and you are the steady eddy and you are just content with that. You are fine with that. But then there's the other people who have that entrepreneur spirit, who know that this is they are meant for something more. That those people, those are who I want to talk to and help, because I want them to know that don't give up on that. Because what would have happened if you guys gave up on that and you were just steady eddies? We wouldn't have abundance.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have this beautiful academy.
We wouldn't be here together right now.
No.
Be able to create the opportunity for so many lives to change.
Yes.
And that's why I literally wake up and I go to sleep and I think about the same exact thing. And I'm just like, I'm so
Yes.
grateful that I get to change this many lives.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
And
how
so
I feel.
So many different capacities too.
Yeah.
Whether it's changing someone's life because they posted their first TikTok video
Right.
ever,
Yes.
or they actually like worked on their mindset for the first time in their life,
Yes.
Mhm.
or they're getting their confidence back, they're stepping into a new passion.
Yes.
I even think about like the TikTok shop customers. And it's
Mhm.
like the people who are buying a supplement. And I'm like,
Yes.
I was thinking about it this morning. I am so proud of anyone who buys a supplement off TikTok shop, because like you're literally putting your dollars, right?
Yes.
And you're purchasing a product that reflects your commitment to bettering your life and bettering your health.
Yes.
And that is a massive step, regardless of where you are in a health journey or a mental journey, whatever it is. But like, I just think the process of buying a supplement is so beautiful.
Yes. And I'm so Abundance Academy. Okay. For anyone watching this, okay, there is no deception. There's no, like, the amount of love and truth that come from these two individuals. They truly want to help people. There's no deceit. There's no bad intention. They are truly wanting to help people and change people's lives. So if you're questioning whether you want to join Abundance, I'm going to tell you right now, you just need to stop questioning. There's no ulterior motive. There is nothing. It is a wonderful community. I don't know. It would be so weird and uncomfortable for me to be doing this on my own, because it's a very lonely place.
Yeah.
No one understands TikTok Shop.
Mm-hmm.
And back to doing it my way. So I had been doing TikTok Shop since November, but I was doing it my way. And I joke and say I was stubborn. No, really what it comes down to is patterns that I had to break. Fear-based patterns and the shiny object pattern of thinking that there's a better way. And also I was conflicted on how do I be authentic? I really, truly wanted to be authentic. I didn't want to be salesy. I wanted to really help people. And so the conflict came with because Meg, one of the coaches, told me, Johnny, you need to lean into your story. And then I told you guys I did one video, and then I never wanted to talk about my story again. I never wanted to show that picture, that video of me having a seizure on the bike and twitching. I never wanted to show it again. It was so painful. My palms sweated. We're sweating. I was sweating. It was so uncomfortable. Well, then I get let go from my job on April 1st. And that whole week, it was deep reflection. Like we're talking multiple come to Jesus talks with Jesus about, Jonna, what are you doing? You can no longer do it your way. You've got to do it the abundance way, because they lay out a structure of how to do this that is proven strategy. But I kept wanting to do it my way. And at that point, I said, okay, I'm just going to lean in. I'm going to do it. And I made this video, and I hated the first line, but it's got me to this place. But even the longer form videos that I never thought would go viral are going viral. And I truly believe it's because I'm as real and authentic, and I'm showing and telling my story
You're
over
resonating.
and over. Yeah.
You're resonating with human beings.
Yes.
Every single one of your videos, like I feel your heart in them.
Thank you.
You know, it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm just coming on here to make a sale.
And you
That
sharing
was the
your story.
conflict of how do I switch over to that, right? And I think for those watching, it is possible for you to do that. You have to dig deep, though. You have to really dig deep. You have to really look at what is sabotaging. What am I doing to sabotage myself? And why is there a wall there of not being authentic and real? Like, what am I ashamed of? What am I sabotaging myself with? And who am I afraid to, what people am I afraid that will see this? And at that point, I was like, I don't care. I cannot care anymore. I do not care what people think. I am going to follow what Anna and Mario say. I'm going to follow what Meg, the coach, suggested. And I went all in. And that's when my life changed, when I surrendered what I thought what people would think of me. And you guys say that over and over. What Eileen, Mary, Carly, all the ones that are up there. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the other ones' names, but they all don't care.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of things that people have to dig deep with and ask themselves. And I don't mean to keep talking. I know we're on a.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And that's actually something that Mario and I were just speaking about in the car on
literally
the ride over
on
here.
the way here.
Yeah, really. Because like when you're growing a business, there are going to be people that have opinions. They come online, they talk about you, they talk about
Yes.
different things. And we were just speaking about that. And just like the importance, like Mario said it really beautifully.
You have the choice of which frequency you want to tune into.
Yes.
And it's like the success that you've had so far, and a complete parallel to us as well. I was talking to Anna, I'm like, the success that we've had in our career so far, and very fast, it's a reflection of the frequency that we have been able to tune into and embody in every single action that we take. And now
100%.
when someone decides to gossip or talk negatively or, say whatever it is, this is the thing. You have a choice, and especially if it's coming through the grapevine.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
we
yes.
personally had been
Yes.
running into a lot of that, of like,
Yeah,
it wasn't
sure.
people directly saying things to us, but it's like, oh, someone said that someone is saying something.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was in many, many, many different examples. And we came to a point where we're like, you know what? Like, actually, we have the choice of whether we want to tune into that frequency or not.
Mario, you know what I put in my journal every day? I forgive all who have ever hurt me. I forgive all who will ever hurt me, and I forgive those who are hurting me today.
Absolutely.
And I truly believe that God talks about praying for your enemies. Why do you think he says that?
Because he loves everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a different perspective.
Well, when you pray for your enemies, that is also kind of like the biggest weapon that you could have, because when you send love to someone, it literally disarms them.
Yes, I'm going to change your perspective.
Okay.
All of that is true.
Yeah.
I think it's for our protection, because God knows that those words that you are venting or hating that other person, like I said, your words go out, and death and life lie in the power of the tongue,
Right.
and those who eat of it love its fruit. If you are speaking death or anger or resentment or bitterness, you are speaking that, even if you're thinking it and not even speaking it. I truly believe it's for our protection, because we're just going to attract that to us.
Right.
And so when those people are talking, let them talk.
Right.
And just thank you.
Right.
Thank you that people are talking. I pray for blessings over them. And you know what? It's okay.
Mm-hmm. You
Because
have
the
you
bigger
have the
you guys
option.
get, the more people are going to talk.
Right. And number one, that's a blessing. That's a
Yes.
blessing that what we're doing is so engaging that people can even have an opinion about it. I think that's incredible
Yes.
that we're able to start any type of discussion or any type of conversation in the first place is really cool. But secondly,
agree.
it's also really cool to recognize that you have the option of what you choose to engage in,
Yeah.
you know? And it's like engage in things that represent your vision. Engage in things and conversations that represent who you want to become and the journey that you're on.
Yes.
And in life, you will constantly be served different things that give you the option of saying, "Oh, do you want to tune to a different radio station today? You know, do you want to tune into something that maybe is actually not that path? Is
And-
actually could even lead you to, you know, struggle and pain."
Yes. And
You-
protect your guys' energy and hearts. Because remember what I said the other day to you both. It gets lonely at the top. And you both have very special people around you, but guard yourself. Guard who you let in, protect your hearts, and like vigilantly, but not in a way where you're afraid to reach out. And I don't think you guys will be that way. I think you guys will always be open and like have this wonderful, amazing love that is really, truly genuine. And but the more people you help, the more people you bring in, the more it gets lonelier at the top. And that's why you need those special people around you, because they are going to be your rock and support, the ones that you truly can trust and have.
Mhm.
And I'm truly grateful for you guys. I feel like I know that you probably hear this from other people, but I feel like I've known you for a lifetime. And it's really like it was always meant to be. And even like Mario and I were talking, like his mom and my mom's birthday are on the same day.
Mhm.
And then your birthday being one day later,
apart.
mine in
Yeah.
May. It was like, and there's a whole bunch of other things too, but you guys are the structure, everything about abundance is amazing. And I hope and I pray that people really truly know how amazing the structure is, and that they know that the coaching is phenomenal. I know it's not 24/7, but I feel like it's 24/7. The coaches immediately respond to me and this is way before I was making anything. So it doesn't matter if you're making zero or what I'm making now. It is their response time is off the charts immediate. And and that's very special in a group. Anyway, I'm rambling.
Yeah.
I just
No, it's beautiful,
Yeah.
Jonna. And my takeaway personally is, and we talked about it last night with Eileen actually, and it's that you have the choice of how you want to go about your financial journey, because everyone has some type of financial journey, right? And what I hope for everyone is that it leads to financial freedom in your life, your version of financial freedom, right?
100%.
And so the thing is, on your financial freedom journey, you have the choice of whether you want to do that completely alone, right? And you could just knock down every single person in your path, right?
Yeah.
And literally make no friends, talk to nobody, just be on your own for the entire process.
Yeah.
And you can make the money.
Right.
Like, you'll make the money, right?
Yeah.
It's not a rule that you just, have to care about people. But how beautiful is it that we are on this journey together, right? Everyone in abundance is on a financial journey alongside a ton of other journeys too, right? In many
Right.
other ways.
Right.
But we're all on that financial journey together, and we're able to support each other. We're
Yes.
able to have that
love
community
it.
that you're talking about.
Yes.
And especially when it comes to something like finances, I just think that's one of the most isolating things ever. Like,
Yes.
it can be,
Yes.
right? Like, and especially
Yes.
having a dream.
I'm realizing that right now.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
having a dream and admitting you have a dream, admitting that like your dreams can be, I don't know, kind of crazy at times.
Yeah.
And being able to have people around you who don't judge that, but instead it's the actual opposite. They see it and they love it. And they're like, you know what? I feel that too.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can literally, I mean, you're literally here with Jessica right now.
I know.
This is crazy. You guys met in
I
abundance.
know.
And like what I
I
just
have to
described is
tell
what you guys have.
I have to tell you, so I'm transparency here. I'm terrified to stay in hotels by myself. I said that, and she said, "I'll come."
Look at that.
She literally bought a ticket, flew down, and is staying with me.
And we met in abundance.
Yes.
Literally a few months ago.
Yes.
It's beautiful. So I I'm just so grateful. This conversation was just
Yes.
so beautiful, and I wish we had more time. I know that we have dinner.
I wish
Well,
too,
we're gonna
but
have to have you come back
I would
on
love.
when
Yes.
you
I would
do.
be
Because
honored.
this is your day one.
Yes, this is day one.
Talk about day one. This is
Day
your day
one.
one.
Thank you.
So I'm so happy we have your day one here documented on camera. We're really gonna look
you.
back at this moment and be like, you remember this was the very beginning of everything.
Yeah.
So you
And
are.
I didn't cry.
But I'm sure you made people cry on who are watching right now because that was so inspiring.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much. This
Thank
is
you.
beautiful.
Thank you guys so much for another episode of the Abundance Media Network. And thank you so much, Jonna. If you guys are interested in learning more about Abundance, the Abundance Incubator, the Abundance Academy, we have a link in our bio. And we will see you guys on the next episode. Make sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.